Alright, hey guys, it's TJ, and welcome back to another video. So you guys know I got my license a little while ago? You know, not that long ago, pretty recently, like not even a month ago. Well, your boy already got a ticket. I wish I could say I was lying, but I'm not. You know, I wish I could be like, yeah, these are just one of those fake stories that some YouTubers make up. I'm one of those YouTubers who has to come out with a new story every day, so they kind of make some of them up. Like, I know one's life is interesting enough to have a story video every single day. Especially if you're a YouTuber, like most of your life is like sitting there editing, doing nothing. It's like, come on. I like storytelling YouTubers as much as the next guy, but if you upload anyway. So yeah, before we get this started, comment down below if you guys have ever gotten in trouble with the law for whatever reason, even if it was just like you're out past curfew and the cops got mad. Whatever, let me know down below. I love having a conversation with you guys. Yeah, let's get started. So, you want to know, how did I get my ticket? Did I crash into someone? Did I use a flight of stairs as a ramp and do a backflip and then land it and then cruise away? Did I kidnap the president of the... No, nope. You know, like, what did I do? Well, let me tell you. I was going home, right? And one of my friends was like, hey, can I get a ride home? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. You know, you don't live that far from me. Yeah, no problem. I got you. So we get in the car, we start driving. And then my friend was like, hey, what's that thing on the front? I'm like, oh, it's a scoop for, you know, turbo. And he was like, oh, nice. I was like, yeah, check this out. And, you know, we're on this long, straight road. No one's on it. I check around for cops. There's no one. I check around for anyone in danger, you know, pedestrians, cars. No one. So I'm like, all right, here we go. And I floored it. And I started it as a joke. I'm like, you know what? It'll be a funny joke just to start accelerating really fast and he'll think I'm just gonna floor it. But I won't. I'm not that dumb. Spoiler alert, I am that dumb. So I'm flooring it, and then I look over and he's getting real real worried. He's like clutching the handle, the handle that I'm not gonna name, the oh heck handle, you know? He's getting real worried, so I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's keep this joke going a little bit more. So I floor it even more, and we're just cruising down this road. Again, there's no one around, no cops, no nothing, or so I thought. So I'm like freaking flying. I get in the zone, you know, I feel like I'm in NASCAR. And then as we're driving, you know, we're listening to some pretty sick tunes. I can't remember exactly what it was. But then I was like, hey, wait, something about this song I've never realized. There's these kind of like, you know, sirens in the background that I'm... And then I turn around and there's the red and blue flashing lights. I look at my speedometer. I was going 80 in a 40. 80 miles an hour, where the speed limit was 40. That's over double. I can go to jail for that, guy. So long story short, this is gonna be my last video for about a month. I gotta serve time. I also won't be able to drive. Got him! Psych! I'm completely kidding, guys. None of that actually happened. I did get a ticket, though. Okay, I'm not, you know, lying. I'm not clickbaiting. I did get a ticket. But, yeah, that story was kind of false. Sorry. So I did get a ticket, yeah, but it was nothing life-threatening. It was nothing really that intense. Crap. No one's gonna watch now. Guys, I was this close to dying. Hey, Donald. There was, you know, an APB after me. In the top right of the screen, I had 5 stars. Donald Trump was making angry tweets about me. Okay, so obviously my life isn't that interesting. I wish it was, but it's not. What did I actually do to get a ticket? Okay, it's actually the dumbest thing on my part, but also, like, come on. Come on, whatever officer gave me this. Like, really? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Oh my, I'm so frustrated. Like, it makes no sense. Okay, so, what happened? It was a normal day of school. I'm driving, park my car, head in school, go through classes like normal. So finally, after a long day of classes, you guys all know how it is. Lunch finally rolls around. So me and my friends are in the lunchroom, and one of my friends is like, hey, you wanna go to McDonald's? Heck yeah, I do. Like, what could go wrong? Little did I know the trouble that would ensue. So I was like, yeah, sure. Well, you know, I love McDonald's as much as the next guy. Plus, I get a free meal because of the McDonald's app. People are gonna think I'm sponsored by either Dr. Pepper or McDonald's. Unfortunately, it's neither one. Like, no one's paying me any money. Hey, listen, McDonald's or Dr. Pepper, I consume you on the daily, pretty much. Eat both of you. Sometimes even together. You know, with my meal, I always get a Dr. Pepper. So if one of you guys wants to hit me up with like a free sponsorship deal or something, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know, throwing it out there. Anyway, I got sidetracked again. Okay, so it's a nice normal drive to McDonald's. It's fine. And then I decide to floor it and go 80 and a 40. Okay, nope, that didn't happen either. So we finally get to the McDonald's and I decide, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this McDonald's, and I floor it and fly through the wall. That didn't happen either. It was actually a very uneventful trip to McDonald's. You know, we get there, we eat, but then on our way out, we saw a robber, and I had no choice. I floored it and hit him with my car because he was robbing this poor old lady. What, you thought I was gonna say that didn't happen? No, it happened. That's real. Okay, so I'm gonna stop doing that now. I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys are getting annoyed. No one's watching at this point. So I get my usual meal. My friends get their usual meal. We have a great time. We just eat, laugh, joke. It's whatever. We're done eating. Lunch ends in a little bit, so we start heading back to school. And then I decide to floor. Sorry. Anyway, so I actually get back to school in a very safe and law-abiding manner. So then we're approaching where I usually park. and then I see it. The bane of my existence. The most annoying thing on this planet. This stupid freaking minivan that, for whatever reason, literally always decides to park this close to my bumper, guys. It's so close every time. Just decides to be right on my butt. And I don't know why. Literally every single time, I always park in the same spot usually. Right? And every single time when I go back out to my car, there's always this minivan this close to my bumper. Can't find a different parking spot. There's other parking spots, my God. It's not like a parking lot, you know, we're on the side of the road. So it's like parallel parking kinda. And this guy, every single time. And today was no different. He was right on my butt when we pulled out of McDonald's. And then I realized because of that stupid minivan we talked about earlier, I couldn't park in my normal parking spot. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I can't like squeeze in between there because he was so close to my butt that there's no way I could squeeze back into where I was before. Unless I wanted to do some like crazy 80 billion point turn, but it's an intersection, so it's pretty busy and I don't want to hold people up. So then I was like, well crap, what do we do now, guys? You know, I guess we'll go find a parking spot. And then a couple of my friends that were in the car were like, nah, you'll be fine, just park behind him. I was like, well, but there's this thing here. I don't know what it is, but it's a thing. You know, in the sidewalks, how it's like straight and then it goes whoop. It was one of those things. I don't know what it was. Just on a curb, it went down. It was like kind of like at the end of your driveway, you know how it goes down like that? But then I look and it doesn't actually lead to a driveway or anything. It's literally just a concrete block that's maybe as big as this desk. Like a car could not fit on this thing. So I was like, okay. And I have never ever seen a car on it. And it didn't lead to anywhere. On the other side was just like this big pit of rocks. I'm not even kidding. Like the only reason you'd ever go on that thing is if you wanted to total your car and just drive into a pit of rocks for whatever reason. And so I was like, okay, seems reasonable enough. I'll park there. You know, what's gonna happen? You know, what's the worst that could happen? So I parked there. All my friends, you know, they were like, yeah, you'll be fine. It's whatever. And then we walk on without me giving a second thought to it. It's whatever. It's fine. So I go through the day having a stomach full of delicious and warm McDonald's. Use code EAGLE for 0% off. So, and then after school, I was like, hey, do you need a ride, Dante? Dante, you guys know him. He's in the streams. So Dante, I was like, yo, you want to ride, Dante? He was like, yeah, sure. So we always talk to our friends after school. And then after talking to them, I was like, okay, me and Dante are headed out. Me and Dante start, you know, just casually strolling over to my car. I don't really think anything of it. I just get over to it. And then as I'm opening my door, I realize, what's that mysterious yellow slip on top of my car? You know, there's this really odd yellow thing under my windshield wiper on my windshield. And so as I see it, I stare at it for a couple of seconds and then I just scream and there's this girl right behind my car, so she was like pretty freaking like blown away because, you know, we're just casually walking up and I'm like, I didn't get a citation. Dante was like, he just stared at me like, am I joking? And I pulled it out of my windshield and the girl was like texting on her phone. I don't know her. Oh, sorry. I was so mad. I was like, no, there's actually a 0% chance some cop was like actually like, this kid can't park here. I'm gonna give him a ticket. I know he's just doing his job. I don't hate police officers, and especially I don't hate that one. If it's the officer at our school, he's a really friendly guy. That's fine by me. Like, I don't dislike him at all. He seriously is like a nice guy. I'm just annoyed because like, really? Who am I blocking? Who? So I look at it and it's like blocking a driveway. Parked illegally, blocking a driveway. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Who's gonna want to park there? It's not even big enough for a car, right? So if you wanted to park there, you'd have to block the sidewalk and probably end up going into the intersection a little bit. And then if you kept going on that thing, you'd end up in a pile of rocks. Like your car would be like this in a pile of rocks. Is it worth it? Really? I've never once seen a car going in there. Worth it! I'm angry! Okay, so I get in the car. I'm like, at this point, I wasn't really mad. I got mad later on, as you can tell. But at this point, I was just scared. I was like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? What is this like? Oh my gosh, I'm screwed and my parents are gonna find out. But guys, on the bright side, I looked at it and it was my dad's name. So we're good. I don't get penalized at all. My dad does have to go to court, however. It's like, you are said to appear. You have to appear in this location, which is, you know, the courthouse at this time. And I was like, at least it's not my name. Whoops. We're good, kind of. Oh no. So I'm like scared. Like, at this point, I'm not mad. I'm just scared. I'm like, my parents are gonna kill me because it says my dad's name on it. And he has to go to court and he's probably gonna be really frustrated. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Ah! Then as I started driving, Dante was like, that's so dumb. I was like, you right. Like, what the heck? What the heck? It just doesn't make sense. So I'm driving, and as I drive, I get more and more angry. Just like, not angry, annoyed. I'm just like, really? Ah! I'm mad. Really? So then I get home and my mom's like, okay, what happened? And she actually wasn't mad, surprisingly. I explained it to her and she was like, yeah, well, it is a driveway and you shouldn't have parked there. And I was like, I know, it's the first time I ever did it and the last time. Like, I always avoided that in case something like this happened. And I did it this time because I was like, really? Like, no cop is gonna do it. It's fine. No one's gonna notice. And she was like, yeah, but you're still parked illegally. And I was like, yeah, what? Okay, well. And then my dad comes home. I have to explain it to him. I was like, well, it's under your name, so you kind of have to go to court and pay the fine. It's like a $50 $50 fine, guys, which I have to pay my parents back, but it's better than like a $500 fine, you know, so it's alright. It's not too bad. Surprisingly, my parents were very understanding. I think they know I'm a pretty good driver, so they weren't too worried about me like speeding or doing something reckless, you know. So I know despite how you might think, I am actually a pretty safe driver, I think, hope. I'm very self-conscious of my driving. So literally every time I drive my friends, I was like, was it good? Like if I was an Uber, 1 star, 3 stars, 5, like what would you give me? I'm very self-conscious about my driving, guys. But luckily my insurance hasn't gone up. I think my dad's might have, but I don't know, because neither of my parents have gotten in an accident in like 8 billion years. So yeah, that's the story of how I got a ticket like a month after I got my license. So only the best role models here on the Eagle Project, thinking away my problems now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. This only happened like 2 days ago, by the way. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting, kind of funny, kind of dumb, and I wanted to share. So yeah, don't forget to leave those comments down below about if you've ever gotten in trouble with the law, you know, or like a parent or friend, I don't care. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Otherwise, I will park in front of your driveway and you won't be able to get there. I am just pure evil. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time.